We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
Hey, good morning, Mitch.
Hey, good morning, Sam.
All right. Well, we have a pretty big topic to talk about. The Oscar nominations were released, and yeah, man, that's one of my favorite days. Waking up in the morning and looking forward to that, seeing which ones I got right, which ones I got wrong, and then looking for the surprises and looking at the what people call the snubs or whatever you want to
Yeah.
say. Um, but before I get into all that, Mitch, I ended up watching a Big Kahuna yesterday.
Oh, you got a kahuna. We got a kahuna
Yeah,
on our hands.
yeah, and so I I I watched it online. All right, I'll just let you know that I watched it online.
What you did was wrong.
My preferred method would have been to watch it in theaters, but when I looked to see if this movie was going to be playing in theaters before the Oscars, unfortunately, it wasn't going to be playing until after the Oscars. And for me, I knew it was a big kahuna and I needed to check it out, right? So I ended up watching The Secret Agent last night.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
Yeah. And I won't go into detail too much
But it's
about
overrated, right?
plots and stuff like that, right? Um, this movie is bonkers, man. Um, it's one of the more fascinating movies I've seen in 2025. I was kind of surprised beforehand that it was nominated for Best Picture and Best Actor and all that. But dude, this movie is what people call a knockout. It's so layered. There's so many small details that I stayed up last night watching it. Didn't get much sleep, which is okay. Uh, I had a high off of the movie, and this movie is just fascinating, dude. And I'll tell you what, 2.5 hours long because it's around 2 hours and 35 minutes without credits. It flew by like that. Like it was really well paced, and yeah, man, this movie is deserving of all its Oscar nominations, and it's easily one of the best films of the year. So I'll just leave it at that because I do think that it's a movie that I would recommend. And I'm glad Wagner Mora got nominated for Best Actor, and I'm glad this movie got a Best Picture nomination. So
Well, I'll look forward to checking that out then, probably, maybe. Since you plugged something, I'll go ahead and plug a 2025 movie that did not get any Oscar nominations as
okay,
expected. Uh, but I think you saw it, The Ballad of Wallis Island.
I did, man.
It's such a comforting film,
Yeah,
and it's so funny, man. This guy Tim Key carries the
I
movie
love
on his
him.
back. Literally, there's almost no dead air where he isn't telling or where he isn't participating in a. I mean, they're not jokes, but like he says something funny like every 10 seconds. Truly, like
Yeah,
nonstop. But
it's
it
it's
also has a heart and warmth. It's a good one.
it's just naturally funny, right? Like it's just a naturally
It
funny piece
is,
of.
man. I don't know how much of that was scripted. I mean, I'm sure a lot, but I mean, I think he was probably riffing a lot too. And it's like this interesting fantasy about, you know, a person who, gets to spend a weekend and have a private concert with their all-time favorite music
Yeah,
artist. And
it's
that's
almost
just
like
like
a
a fun
fantasy,
idea to
right?
entertain. Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yes,
Um,
I really like that movie. As you know, I love movies about music, and
Same, yeah.
I thought that movie was just a delight. That's the kind of role that uh, people overlook, but could get supporting actor nominated. But yeah, that's a very good one, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's yeah, that one's a good one.
Yeah, we'd recommend that one.
So yeah, man. Well, let's get into it. We're going to be discussing the Oscar nominations, which I'm sure many of you have seen already. Um, Mitch, I don't know if you have, or I don't think you're able to pull up the nominations, right, on your phone while you're recording.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so let's start off from the top. Best Picture, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams, man. What were your thoughts on the nominations?
Well, I pretty much thought that the Best Picture category was good. I was in this Discord where they were really like, kind of shocked and confused over F1. But if you remember yesterday, and I was more serious than not. But yesterday I had messaged you guys and said, I hope F1 wins Best Picture. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
was glad it got nominated. Dang, I didn't know people were so so down on it, but whatever.
So I will say this, Mitch. I'm a little bit upset that it got nominated, and not because I hate the movie. I think it's a solid film. I just think that another movie that was completely shut out that I think deserved to get nominations. No Other Choice. I just felt this movie took the place of another movie that could have
Well, I would have stepped something else out. Like I was unenthused by Frankenstein. I don't understand why that's in the Best Picture category. I mean, I do and I don't, but I mean, subjectively, I don't. Objectively, I sort of do, just knowing the Academy. No Other Choice, I haven't seen, obviously, but you look at that movie trailers and stuff, and you're like, I can't remember when uh, his previous one came out, and I thought it was kind of undernominated too. He's really good at cinematography and editing and making the movie visually compelling.
yeah. Well, I think he was shut out from that movie as well. Maybe they're just not fans of his, but I was surprised by F1 getting the nomination, but I was a little
I
bit
wasn't.
relieved.
I was surprised that people were surprised.
Yeah,
When I saw this movie, I'm like, this is obviously one of the best movies of the year.
yeah. I don't
I
know,
don't know.
man. Well,
Different strokes for different blokes.
We now know Mitch's favorite movie of the year, folks.
Yep, now you know.
Um, well, I let it go because they nominated Train Dreams in there, so I was pretty happy about that, dude.
Okay,
Um,
you know that I have a lot of thoughts about Train Dreams. I'm basically happy that it got a nomination.
dude, we all know that you hated that movie, so
Famously, yeah, famous Train Dreams hater.
yes, so we'll just leave it at that, dude. Best actor: Timothy Chalamet, Leo, Ethan Hawke, Michael B. Jordan, and Wagner Moura. What were your thoughts?
I actually think this is strangely a tougher category than, the lead up to the nominations give it credit for.
Yeah,
There's a lot of like Leo Timmy talk, and I had said, Timmy will take it, but I think really at the end of the day, this could go anywhere. This could be like Anthony Hopkins winning for The Father wild card year.
yeah,
None of these are off the table.
yeah. So I will say that before seeing it, I didn't think Wagner Moura had a chance, but he did win at the Golden Globes. I know they have nothing to do, but he has won a few acting
Yeah, I
awards
think the
this
fact
year.
that he won at the Globes kind of makes him the back runner on this one.
Yeah,
Because they'll think, okay, he's already got a glow. We can feel a little better about giving it to somebody else.
I can't remember. Did Fernanda Torres, remember her? Did she win Best Actress or no?
I don't think she won though.
She didn't win, right? That was a That was Mikey Madison. Okay, yeah, I think this is still Timmy's year, but
Yeah, I could see some wild cards happening, and yeah, I
yeah,
guess since I'm calling them wild cards, the narrative sticks. It's but yeah,
yeah. I mean, I can also see a surprise happening there, but I'm still thinking that it's Timmy that's gonna end up winning. Let me pull into this lane real quick. I don't want to crash. Best Supporting Actor: Benicio, Jacob Elordi, Delroy Lindo, Sean Penn, and Stellan Skarsgård. What were your thoughts on this one, dude?
I was excited to see Delroy get up on there when we talked about Sinners way back in time. I was saying like his performance was so good, but I really doubt that he would get nominated, but
Yeah,
he did, and that was good. I wasn't, even though you're gonna maybe give me some pushback on this, but I didn't think Benicio should be nominated. I thought his performance was really good, but it was so slight, and I thought there were some other things that could have been in there instead.
yeah, dude. So this is the one that's been causing a lot of ruckus, right? Because Paul Mescal wasn't nominated. You haven't seen Hamnet. I don't see a world. Well, obviously we live in one now where Paul Mescal wasn't nominated. I'm there with you. I'm there with you, dude. I would have easily swapped out Benicio or Jacob Elordi for Paul Mescal any day. He was just as good as Jesse Buckley in Hamnet. So that was a huge surprise, but I'm with you with Delroy Lindo, dude. I'm so happy this guy ended up getting a nomination, dude. I thought he was, in my opinion, the best part of Sinners in terms of acting. Um, and so I'm just glad that he was in there. I was hoping, I had my fingers crossed that maybe, and I knew it was impossible, but I was hoping that maybe William H. Macy snuck in there for Train Dreams. But
Yeah, not me. To me, that performance is overrated already.
no, I disagree with you, man. I don't think it's given enough
It's
credit.
another one where I'm like, it's good, but it's not. And also, just I felt like, anyways, I'm not gonna keep talking about Train Dreams because people are gonna say that I hate it, which I don't. I love it, but keep going.
But it's okay if you do. That's fine.
I have a lot of criticisms about this movie that I love. Is that so hard to understand?
But here's the thing. I think you have those criticisms because you read the book like literally right before, you know?
Maybe, but that doesn't always happen. I wish that I could have. I wonder what would have happened if I hadn't, but we'll never know.
I mean, we'll never know. So, Best Actress: Jessie Buckley, Rose Byrne, Kate Hudson, Renav Steve for Sentimental Value, and then Emma Stone for Begonia. What were your thoughts on this one?
This is the only one that I think is a lock.
Yeah,
Like I think it's the only one anyone could be sure about. And you know, I basically like this category from what I've seen.
yeah, man. Jessie Buckley has it in the bag. If there's anyone that could sneak in there and take it, it's probably Rose Byrne, but I doubt that that's gonna happen. Dude, I was surprised that Kate Hudson got in.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were. That movie looks good, but I don't know if I'll see it or not.
Well, it apparently, well, it's a mixed bag for a lot of people. That's why people were surprised.
Hey, going back, did you have a thought on? I'm not asking you to make predictions on everyone, but who do you think is the front runner for the best supporting actor?
Oh, I can't give you that, Mitch, because
Okay, you're gonna keep that close to the chest, huh?
well, here's the thing, Mitch. Now that we're past this point, I'm probably not going to give you like major predictions because, as you know, folks, every year we play. What is that game that it,
It's just the ballot basically.
it's the ballot that Wesley releases. Um, dude, I'm hope. Look, I really do hope one of y'all finally win this time.
Oh my gosh, dude! So we need to. Sam's not gonna be able to fit his head in the doorways anymore. It's already a problem.
Hey, how many times have I won already?
I
I,
let's keep going with the categories, please.
anyways, folks, I've won quite a few times, and I'm just waiting to get dethroned. All right. So, yeah, people were upset Chase Infinity didn't get nominated. What were your thoughts on that?
No, I didn't. I wasn't upset about that. Hers wasn't as good as the performances I've seen from this category, and I think it was basically just good.
Okay. Yeah, I thought she was quite good as well. Not nomination worthy, but all right. So we have supporting actress Elle Fanning, Inga Lilius for Sentimental Value as well, Amy Madigan, Wumi Musaka for Sinners, and Tiana Taylor. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, this was kind of a strange category. I don't know.
No thoughts on this one?
I haven't seen two of the at least. I haven't seen at least two of the performances from it, so you know.
Okay.
I
No, I
think
got you. So I have to say this is one that I could see it being a lot for one person,
for
but
F.
it's kind of open. It's kind of open in my opinion.
Oh, he thinks it's L. Okay, that's right. Let me write that down.
All right, animated feature, Arco, Elio, K-pop, Little Emily, and Zootopia 2.
Isn't it funny how like Pixar is dead?
Yeah, man, Elio was their worst movie.
It's like, what even is there? It's it used to be it's like Pixar's in, it's over, it's over. But now it's like they're like the third, if that, in terms of possibility of winning.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna go with Zootopia or K-pop. So there you have it. Let's go. I'm gonna try to hit. Let's hit cinematography. Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, Train Dreams. I love that Train Dreams was nominated.
Yeah, I think these all seem like good nominations to me.
All right. Director. Chloe Zhao, Josh Safdie, Paul Thomas Anderson, Joachim Trier, Ryan Coogler.
Also a fun category. Been hearing that it's a PTA Kugler Duke out, but I'm pretty sure it's PTA.
Yeah, I'm there with you. This one wasn't really a surprise. The only one that was kind of like an alternate. What I mean by that is it could have gone either way. Was Joachim Trier. I think a lot of people were predicting Del Toro for Frankenstein or Pahini for It Was Just an Accident. But yeah, Joachim Trier ended up getting that directing award. Um, Editing F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, Sinners. I know Mitch. F1 it is.
You know what I think should have what got snubbed here?
What's that?
Eddington.
Eddington. Well, dude,
For editing. Can you
I
imagine Eddington winning Eddington? I mean editing winning. You know what I mean?
Mitch, are you okay? Are you having a stroke?
I'm I'm good, man.
Dude, I thought you were gonna say Warfare.
Yeah, so that would have been cool. For editing, I don't know. I mean,
For
look,
editing
editing
and best
is,
sound, dude. It got snubbed.
yeah, I'm not surprised, but yeah, it would have been a great, especially sound nomination.
Yeah, I think the sound was very important with that. Okay, international feature film, The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident. Sentimental Values, Sirat, the voice of Hind Rahab. I haven't seen the final two, but I've seen the
I,
first three.
I feel like this is gonna be a tough category just because of all the buzz that a lot of these are individually getting.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I do want to watch Sirat and the voice of Hind Rahab before the Oscars, but this is a tough one, and this is one where I understand why uh, no other choice was nominated here. It was just a stacked year for foreign films, man. Um, or I'm sorry, international film features. I don't want to get people upset.
You know, we were talking about, I think a lot of times with these categories like editing and sound, the best editing and sound sometimes they say is when you don't think about it or notice it. But at the same time, like what I always think of for these categories are, when I do notice it, like when I see something that draws my attention to that part of the craft, then I get excited about it and feel like it should be nominated or awarded.
Okay.
But sorry,
Um,
that was I was still we were on international film and I was still thinking about these other categories.
to
Yeah,
editing, I know.
sorry.
Like once again, further proof of why Mitch's mind is on F1. He's thinking about F1 because it was nominated for best editing. So if you're trying to guess Mitch's number one movie, look no further.
I
All
think
right.
basically I just don't understand like people's reaction to it. I'm sure you've had this experience before where you watch a movie and you just like have an experience with it, and then you walk out the door and everybody else is having like a different experience. Like, what is going on? I get everybody else is too strong. We find ourselves in these internet pockets and these echo chambers, and we think that's what the world thinks. But obviously, it got a best picture now. So,
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. Um, this is one where I think it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Best original score: Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners.
well, the ones I was excited about was One Battle and Begonia because those are the two scores that are most memorable to me this year that I've seen.
Yeah, yeah. I for me, um, I loved all of them. Let's see here. Yeah,
I
once
would
again,
say Begonia is the one that got me and Lori just really excited. Like it made the experience of the movie so much more elevated, and we were like kind of getting out of our seats subconsciously. Just really exciting cinematic score.
yeah, I loved Begonia. I'm glad it got a nomination. I would have loved to see Train Dreams get in there, but yeah. So
Your score? We
for
watched the
score,
same
yeah.
movie. Great.
I love the score for that, dude. Dude, look, you're letting your hate blind you, Mitch. You're letting your hate blind.
Well, the thing that bothers me is the score. That score was not in the book. You know.
Oh man, I'm really regretting giving you that book because I really feel like you would have loved this movie even more if you had not read the book. I really believe that. All right, so the final two that we'll talk about: best adapted screenplay, Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, Train Dreams. Oh man, I'm glad Train Dreams and Begonia got it.
No, you can't. Okay, so I feel uniquely qualified to talk about Train Dreams' nomination here. Okay, because I've read it. Now we were talking yesterday, I think, in the Goods Discord about uh how many. No, it wasn't there. Somewhere where I was talking about how many people read the uh, have read the source material, and because that's what it's about, right? You're trying to say how good how good something was transferred from the source to the screen. And to do that, you would have to be familiar with the source material. Obviously, that's unrealistic. We can be pretty sure. They say that some people haven't even seen, all the movies when they vote on them, much less the source material for the adaptation category. But that furthers the notion that this is just a way to award more writing,
Yeah,
which doesn't bother me.
yeah, no, I agree with you, man. I love these are my two of my favorite categories actually.
Oh
Um,
yeah, for me too. Yeah.
yeah. So the final one is another writing. Uh, hey, good morning, man. How you doing? Is another writing category. So we have Blue Moon. It was just an accident. Uh, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. What were your thoughts on this one?
I don't know. I always struggle with the writing category. Sometimes I feel like, but it's film writing, and to whatever extent they take that into account, it's not the same as like which of these books is the best. It's not like a prose thing, or some films could be well written despite not having like flashy dialogue and things like
Yeah.
that. So I'm not upset about any of these noms.
Yeah, maybe I'm a little biased because I love Ethan Hawke, but I'm I'm really glad Blue Moon got in there.
Yeah, I didn't know I didn't know how
The
much.
surprise getting nominations.
I didn't know how much Linklater wrote his own stuff anymore, but I noticed he didn't write this one. So
Yeah, no, he didn't write this one, but regardless, I'm still glad because I am a big Ethan Hawke fan. So, and this is one where I do plan on watching. I do want to watch it.
real quick, oh, we didn't touch it, but I think the original song category is one of the worst categories in the Oscars for a long time. I don't
Oh
think they
yeah.
ever know what they're doing. Diane Warren's back, but also just to redeem myself on Train Dreams, that was one of the most exciting moments of the nominations for me was seeing Nick Cave get nominated.
I'm there with you, man. I think that was like the only true song, right? The only
And I
true, like,
hope, dude, you notice how they last year they stopped they didn't perform them like they have done forever.
yeah.
Okay, it's because they stink. Nominate some good songs and then you'll want to have them performed in your production.
I have to say I agree with you, man, and I think that's a good place to end this episode. So thank you.
Have a
Hope
good one, man.
I'll see you.